My name is Marnie Hatzikalimnios, and today I'll be walking you through the media's involvement in the recent toilet paper shortage with reference to moral panic theory. The coronavirus took the world by storm. Although none of us certainly thought that the end of the world would begin with toilet paper, what compelled us all to buy so much? Unsurprisingly, the media had a lot to do with it.
Moral panic theory, as defined by foundational theorist Stanley Cohen, is, quote, a condition, episode, person, or group of persons emerges to become defined as a threat to societal values and interests, end quote. Or rather, situations to the general public that make them experience an unjustified social panic on a specific issue. Nikki Falkof has stated that scholars are able to overlook the, quote, social power of these episodes, end quote, by blaming events on moral panic theory, period, without diving into the details of an issue.
But how has the media's coverage of the coronavirus contributed to society's ultimate response, being the hoarding of goods and medical supplies?
Well, the media's coverage of the coronavirus ultimately affects how we perceive this disease, through magnifying minor aspects of society's overall response. This is exemplified as the media covered the hoarding of toilet paper significantly more than the hoarding of tomato puree or pasta. Hier explains that moral panics, quote, represent short-term expressions of longer-term moral regulation processes, end quote. We can apply this to society's response to COVID-19 and clearly see that the hoarding of toilet paper, and goods holistically, was society adjusting to the new moral rules, such as social distancing and self-isolation, which ultimately made the people feel in control during these times of mass uncertainty. However, it is important to note that the media instigated these drastic feelings of control into society to begin with. Take this article by The Guardian. It clearly identifies that the hoarding of goods is being met with violence in Hong Kong. The article is generally stating that there is a moral panic occurring within the city because of the coronavirus, and that is directly correlated to why people are hoarding goods in such a violent manner. Although aspects of this article can be applied to us in Australia, what The Guardian fails to acknowledge is the already oppressed society in Hong Kong, who have been rioting against China for over a year now. Similarly, the Bangkok Post has alluded to the concept of a moral panic, through describing it as a zero-risk bias, which roughly translates to people wanting to, quote, feel in control with a limited budget, end quote. As according to Farasat Bakari. It is important for us to understand how the media is able to manipulate how we think by not reporting on the entire story. Therefore, the media is able to purposefully create hype around certain issues and make a trend out of them, thus creating a moral panic for the wider community, or in this case, nations.